I'm from Memphis. I was born in Memphis, and I grew up with my mom, my grandparents, both. My mom was 15 when she had me, and so again, I grew up in a community that really took part in kind of the whole family atmosphere. Went to high school here, went to college at Memphis State, graduated in '91, and then went on to play 10 years in the NBA, and came back to Memphis in 2003. The gentleman in front of the strikers was my grandfather, and of course I wasn't born at the time. I think the picture was taken in 1968. I was born a year later in 1969, but I remember around the time when Dr. King got killed, they always marched from Mason Temple to the National Civil Rights Museum, and I always marched with my grandfather on those marches. I remember marching from Mason Temple to the National Civil Rights Museum every year. I was there. I remember him putting me on his shoulder sometime. I remember walking. I remember being hot. But I think he was a man of very few words, but I think what he was saying to me is that I'm giving you a glimpse of what we were fighting for and how important that moment was. And so again, I take that with all sincerity. In a way, this picture kind of is three-pronged for me. I mean, one, what they were fighting for, obviously, not only justice and civil rights, but also human rights in a way. The sanitation workers were looking to be paid, I guess, in the right context. Secondly, the relationship I had with Mr. Withers. Every summer I would come home from playing in the NBA, I would come right here to his studio, sit down with him for hours and talk, buy photographs from him. More importantly, it was really about the relationship with him and just hearing a lot of the stories. We see a lot of the pictures, but we don't know what they mean, where they were, people who were in the photographs, and so sort of was a history lesson for me. And then third, my grandfather being in the photograph, because I recognized that he was fighting for me in a way. I often say to even my cousins, and I still live with this same thing on my mind, is I sit at a table and feast that I didn't prepare, and in a lot of ways he helped prepare that table for me. And so I just feel like it is a responsibility of mine to continue to hopefully fight for the rights of all people.